the motorists hate cyclists. If you see three of them together, they're saying bicycle fucking.
You were known as Uncle Bicycle.
Yeah.
Ironman's just around the corner in February, and you've done it before.
You don't get into a thing like this expecting it to be easy. Over 6 years, lot has happened. So Ironman global itself has changed.
Sri Lanka is the unfittest country or people.
So we've lost a lot of momentum. The city has to own an event.
Obviously, you're known for Race the Pearl.
It's meditation on a bicycle. First, it's a mindset. This, you need to accept it. You need to know it's going to be warm. First day you ride, you'll be like hitting bricks on your bike, and your enemies are flies and buses. I found my sanity. I was a banker looking at the world from like a corporate office. Come down to ground on a bike, it's a transformative thing.
I like that you call this a garden city.
That's why you have all the banyan trees, and it was the garden city. Tree on the roadside is money. If you walk, money walks. All we need is a bit of shade. Air quality, we have a bit of challenge with our emission control is a hoax.
Is it ours?
Have you heard any of your friends, I failed my emission test? Anyone can get it.
What would you suggest for people that are coming into this race to expect from Ironman 70.3? Yasas Hewage, welcome to the podcast. Ironman's just around the corner in February.
Yeah.
And you've done it before twice in Sri Lanka. But then obviously Easter attacks kind of slowed everything down. Yeah. Plus on top of that, you had the economic crisis and everything else that Sri Lanka went through.
Yeah, the full cocktail we've had. Here we are.
Here we are. I was going to ask, is it easier this time around?
I mean, you can never compare it. You can't expect getting a capital city aligned to a complex event like this. So much at play, right? You've got the ocean, the roads, stakeholders. It's the capital, right?
Yeah.
So you don't get into a thing like this expecting it to be easy. I mean, nothing's going to be that. Yeah. Of course, we had a change of government. A lot of people who were part of tourism, etc. A lot of changes. So you have a massive stakeholder piece. Then, of course, Ironman Global itself has changed. Over 6 years, a lot has happened. So all the work we've done 6 years ago to build capacity, we had to start from almost zero.
Wow.
But the fact that we had the credibility of delivering a fantastic event, so that's always been on our side. So so looks like we will have a great event once again.
How many athletes do you have turning up this time around?
So we will hit close to 650.
Let's go. That's good.
Yeah, with minimal promotion.
Okay.
Because we had to really get the base right. We didn't have too much of space to go out and do our marketing.
Yeah.
But the fact that most who did it 2018-19, they're so loyal to this place. It's a place that connects to your soul.
Yeah.
And so they've been great. And of course, the country sells. It's a island itself is a place.
It's a fantastic sell because great place to take your family, holidays, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
I was told the Wildlife Church folks are how many? 90?
They keep adding, right?
90 athletes?
Yeah. Big contingent. And they were big last time. And they've just grown.
And they're good. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The community is really good coming together. Does your event run based on volunteers? Do you need volunteer help?
The heart and soul of an event of this nature, right, is volunteerism. Yeah. So it's not just volunteer, it's the whole concept of volunteerism. It builds a whole sense of belonging. It builds a sense of character into this whole event. So if you look at the reviews of 2018-19, it was about the volunteers. You can swim, bike, run in your backyard. Right? You come to a destination because of the people, the whole soul of a city and all of that. So but then you need full-time people. You need expertise. So I bring my piece, Rajan, obviously it's a race director.
Yeah.
You can't be doing this as amateurs. You got to be absolutely clear what you're doing. Your project management has to be on point. It's a very strong structure. Ironman is a 40-year plus franchise, global. So if you're familiar with working with any global franchise, this is that plus, more because you're dealing with outdoor, emergency, medical, mechanical, all of that, right? Logistics, timing, ocean, land, so all of that. So you have to have a core team, and then it will trickle down to elements of volunteerism.
Yeah.
But all the core from your race officiating, your medical and emergency planning, to all of that, we either have professionals here who's been trained, or somebody will fly down. So the best in the game have to be on the ball, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. When I did the Ironman, the 2 years that you did, I did the full one twice. Yeah. And I think the hardest thing for me was like the heat.
Yeah.
The heat really gets you. They called it the heat wall, the burning wall.
I came up with that term. So no more burning wall this time.
No more burning wall. Okay.
We've taken it to a green oasis in Galle Face Green.
Oh, beautiful. Nice.
If you can visualize Galle Face, so on the land side, now there is tree cover.
Okay.
Which was not there.
Okay.
So you will get some cooling. Yeah. And we're also talking a lot about tree cover on this whole project that is overarching this whole thing, Jason, is this whole thing of active Colombo.
Yeah.
That this event has to inspire Colombo to be an active city. And an active city has multiple things. And one of that is tree cover and shade. You have shade, people move, economic impact from hotels to small business, right?
Yeah.
So if you can picture the cinnamon area, cinnamon garden, it was a green garden. That's why you still have those big banyan trees. So if Colombo gets that right, I mean, it becomes such a great city because we've got a lot of infrastructure, a lot of lifestyle. Just need that walkability. And so no burning wall for you this time.
Damn it. Yeah. Well, the good thing is I'm not doing it. I have a lot of friends who are doing it this time. Yeah. I was going to say, in terms of, I saw an article, it was kind of embarrassing, but I also thought to myself, it was Sri Lanka has I don't know what article publishes, but Sri Lanka is the unfittest country or has the unfittest people in general, which wasn't great. But I was like, also in my head, like number one.
Maybe it's the angle you look at it.
Yeah.
But, give it 3-4 years, lifestyles will take. I mean, we've gone through a lot. You remember when the walking paths came in, I started this whole cycling thing and running culture started. So all of that had a whole dampener with everything that's the COVID killed it. And we had economic crisis. You've seen a lot of retail disappearing. You can't find a bike shop. So we've lost a lot of momentum. So what events of this nature does, it pivots markets.
Yeah.
And then the rest follows. Already we've got a good fitness, wellness lifestyle.
Yes, we do.
Propping around bits and pieces, right? But what a global event like this, like a marathon or a triathlon, just pivots. So I think a couple of these will bring the whole thing back. And
do you plan on, obviously the future looks pretty bright so far. It looks
100%.
like things are moving in the right direction. In terms of development of this type of, destination, Ironman kind of thing, are you seeing that we're going to branch out of the city at some point in the future instead of just Colombo?
I mean, personally for me, it's the full island it's like my plate, right?
Yeah.
Around the Pearl, race the Pearl, everything. I mean, I look at the whole country as a stadium.
Yeah.
So much potential. But Colombo has to be spun around proper. That was like a aha moment this time.
Yeah. Tell me about that. Why is Colombo positioned in that way, the way it is right now?
I mean, when you take a step back, now that we are re-looking at the city from different angles, like the altitude of a hotel and look at the same location to see Ironman, you see we've got a brand new city. There was no port city in 2019. There was no mall in 2019. I mean, I know it's gradually built on us. We didn't see it happening, but if you just go back to what it was, and it's a brand new city, right? It's just that there's so much of development, but the gel is not there. If you say Sigiriya, okay, the Rock, Galle Fort. But if you take a brand from an identity point to say France or Paris, it's the Eiffel, right? So simple symbolism, all to the point of how is Colombo positioned, there's work to be done. So we saw that as a broad agenda. Yeah. And city has so much to offer. If you look at the ocean that you are part of and what we have today in Port City, it's a game changer. Right? So city's got a lot of potential, and we are clear on that as a result from that Sri Lanka point, which we are obviously clear.
Which anyways would benefit.
Yeah, Colombo, New York, Colombo, Mumbai. I mean, that's where Colombo, this whole hub status, we can demand that from a active sport point of view. So an active city, a city, people are out there running, swimming, cycling, yoga, to all of that. So that we will lead. Somebody has to.
Yeah.
The infrastructure has been done. I mean, look at the buildings. But from a lifestyle point, we see that year on year, if we build it, that hub has to be built. The spokes, we will obviously continue to do what we do and add the rest of the equation. So it's not a one-off Ironman. It will be, we're looking at continuing, looking at adding similar different events to the city.
Yeah.
Global standard franchises coming in.
Yeah.
City needs a calendar. One is from this type of events.
Yeah.
Second is from culture. Other one maybe culinary, startup community. There's a whole couple of dots to be connected.
Yeah. Our boys are doing pretty good. Like the startup guys, just I think one company just sold to JP Morgan or got acquired. Yeah, it's phenomenal.
So even we are housed at Hatch. So we see the vibe there.
Yeah.
And I'm also on the other side doing some work with the government on entrepreneurial development, the whole startup piece. But again, you need anchor events, calendar events to put a city on the map and build it year on year. So those becomes like part and parcel of a city identity.
Yes. Yeah. Cause like Madison, Wisconsin is just like the Ironman like frenzy is huge. Like every time like it gets closer to that time, the entire city's just like getting ready to like get their bells and like be there for sport. It's awesome.
So it's getting positioned as the Colombo Active Week.
Nice.
Because we got multiple things from the expo itself. It's, I don't know what you call it. It's called Kaya Colombo.
Okay.
Kaya is like your body, like Sita Kaya Vachane, Kaya.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it's positioned as active lifestyle and a wellness expo. We already had the expo, but we never thought of it as a platform. So that we are bringing the world to Colombo, and Colombo has to show the world
what we have,
and you can't think of a better platform to do that. So then the Iron Kids, then Ironman. So we got a whole week of activity, and when you plug in few more things, in the next 3-4 years, it'll be for everyone, not just Ironman athletes. It'll be something that everyone can be part of this active week of Colombo. So that's like the broader canvas. Yeah. And we're getting good support from the city, from the municipal, from the governor's office. See, the city has to own an event. In other parts of the world, they will fight for events, right? Yeah. New York versus Boston will fight for an event, and we are yet to get there. But then I think we got a good leadership in the city, which was not the route we went in 2018. Okay. We were more national, Sri Lanka tourism, broad. City was there just to support. But now the city owns it. It adds a different dimension to it. Nice. So, yeah, that's awesome. That's good stuff.
And so, like, obviously, you're known for Race the Pearl. Yeah. You've been doing that for how many years now?
So it is our 8th edition.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it came at the point of losing Ironman. Yeah. So February we did this for fun.
Yeah. 600. By the way, that's 600 kilometers.
Yeah, from bottom to the top, and then now it's coming from top to bottom. It's meditation on a bicycle.
I can't.
Yeah, you want to forget something, you got to do it. But not too many places in the world you can draw a line like that. That has the potential. I mean, if it's Maldives, you're done before you start. If it's India, you're still riding it. Yeah. It's not easy to find an island that defines a 24-hour. This 24-hour racing is a thing in the world. Yeah. Either you're going to do it around and around a circuit, which is like crazy. Yeah. And for us, it's like we are connecting from one corner to the other, landscape change, culture change. Yes. It's like Jaffna, which is the dance and the music and the food come down to.
Yeah, and you see the Palmyra trees. I love that. You ever tried Palmyra Arak?
Of course.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is that not a thing like outside of Sri Lanka?
It's a thing. It's a thing. There are a couple of guys who are trying it to put a spin on it. Yeah. The cocktails out of it. We've got some entrepreneurs who's trying some interesting stuff. Yeah. It's fantastic. Some gold, and one of the other gold we haven't yet explored.
Yeah, I hope to see that hopefully at your expo at Kaya.
Fact that your eyes are on it. We need creative entrepreneurs picking our coconut, picking our cinnamon.
Absolutely. It does take a new lens on product, right?
Absolutely.
I think Dilma does that really well. I like them because they're constantly looking at it from new angles, new versions, selling a product that is uniquely Sri Lankan. That
100%.
is, and so I see like you can always bring that kind of perspective to different products with the way you're bringing in fitness and endurance sport. And again, like you said, it's multifaceted, right? It's not just that. It's an introduction into Sri Lanka.
Absolutely.
At the same time.
Yeah. So Kaya has 3 elements. Kaya Colombo has Kaya move. Everything to do with move, not just swim, bike, run, but whatever, right? Dance is move.
Nice.
Right. And we have to curate it gradually, right? You just got the concept and very excited on it.
Yeah, so I'm excited already.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you'll be excited. Kaya move, Kaya create, Kaya celebrate.
Okay.
So Kaya create is not only the moments you create at the finish line, but your art and your craft and all the fusion that can be done. So you put the right people, I'm sure they'll do something. And then celebrate is about our culinary, celebrate, and all of that, right? Yeah. So you're right, and you put a bit of palmyra there, coconut there. I'm sure we'll figure out a lovely platform to do some fun stuff. So that looks like it will hold the hub and expand while peripheral Ironman happens, Iron Kid happens, fun runs happen.
So Iron Kid happens on the day before the Saturday, and then Ironman 70 adults 70.3 happens on a Sunday morning. Sunday, and that starts at what time?
So kids again at 7:00, Port City, everything moves to Port City. We've got a lovely backdrop for what we're doing there. So that's a run only fun event for the kids and family. Ironman at 6:25, sunrise flags off again from the Port City beach. And we expect the last to come, who gets the most amount of cheers at about 3:00 in the evening.
Gotcha. I remember seeing some amazing athletes last time. We were just talking about there was a triathlete of the Vadda tribe that was there, right? I forget his name.
Punchibanda.
He was amazing. And then you had Khalid, who was the vision impaired athlete as well. And then you're bringing all these different characters. So I remember there was the guy that won it was from Dubai, the champion from Dubai. I forget. Olivier. Yes. And I remember specifically in his post speech or interview, he said, this was a tough one. Yeah. Because our humidity is like something else, right? What would you suggest for people that are coming into this race to expect from Ironman 70.3 Colombo specifically?
I mean, you can be in New York right now or be in Colombo. You decide, man. You're going to freeze or you're going to burn. But I mean, we love this. I mean, I thrive in this weather. I know for someone who's going to walk, it's cruel. But see, running, I won't want to talk about it. That's a tough one because you'll be running fairly when sun's up there. Yeah. Firstly, it's a mindset. I mean, you can't fight this. You need to accept it. You need to know it's going to be warm. And heat versus cooling, right? You start fighting heat, but you work on your cooling. So there are a lot of creative ways. How do you douse with water? How do you wear something that is a bit of a... So there are so many. You can figure this out practically.
You get creative a little bit.
Creative. And so apart from that, you won't get a snowstorm, that's for sure. So assured it'll be warm. So easy to plan for it. Yeah. You can be prepared for it.
Yeah. Because acclimatization is obviously a smart thing to do, like coming a week before or a couple of days, whichever that people can manage, and then really get used to the heat of Colombo is good. And then also be prepared to actually enjoy the rest of your time in Sri Lanka post race. Yeah. As well. What is like your go-to suggestion for people doing this for the first time, whether coming to Sri Lanka as a destination or even from Sri Lanka within the city itself getting involved? What do you suggest them to get prepped or to be prepared to enter Ironman for the first time?
I mean, by the time you're here, you're already here, right? Unless you come about 2 weeks ahead.
Unless somebody surprised you, be like, surprise, honey, we're actually doing the Ironman. It's not a holiday.
So most know what they're getting into because they know this island is a tropical island, and so they're fairly prepared. Is that on the day, sometimes you have unexpected, conditions and you need to... But moment you come here, you start walking around the city, try to do a bit of a midday walk, and get used to a bit of humidity context, and the air here could be very different to what you're used to, and you're breathing. But Sundays are generally pretty less traffic in the city. I think some people get a little worried when they're out there on a heavy, busy Friday noon in the city. Can be pretty intimidating when you see those tooks and all of that. But that's not what Sunday looks like on race days. Cordoned off, and it's a peaceful city to do your race. Walking around and enjoying the city will generally get you the tan and get your skin ready for a little bit of heat on it. On the bike, if you manage it right, you'll be good because you are moving, right? It's on the run that you have to be conscious.
So we're not running, you're not cycling the same path as the years before? What's the path this time?
So this is exciting because so Olivier was down. He won 2018 and 19. He just flew down to do the route.
Oh, nice.
So I took him on a ride without telling him too much. Surprise. So Port City was like, what the hell, man? You can ride there. Fresh carpet. And you have a lot of lovely bends to gather speed. No, I mean, it's a flat.
It's flat.
But the fact that it's peaceful, you can be pretty confident even without Ironman to maneuver that route.
Wait, can people cycle right now in Port City? No.
But he has somehow done it. I don't know how he got in there. He has seen some crazy entrance from somewhere.
Oh, that's so good.
And after, I don't know. So don't do that.
Don't do that.
But before the race, 19th, we will have it officially available for everyone to go and spin their legs around it. I mean, the fact that you are cycling on a land that was not there, or rather was not available, it's about $3 billion on the road, that they're building a big city there. And then you come out of the golf phase and then you go inland now. That didn't happen last time. We go to Baladaksha. So that whole visual along the Bere Lake.
Yes.
Then you have the flyover.
The Parliament.
To Nawam, the Parliament. And I mean, it's a different ride.
Yes.
You have a bit of ups. Then you get the speed. Do a lovely turn to Nawam.
Oh, so good.
Bere on your right. Come around Bere.
Yes.
And then come back to Peraharamatha, which means greenery and your tree cover. Back to Baladaksha, golf face.
Wow.
Marine Drive and back. So that's for your speed.
Good. That is so good.
You got a good feel for that 30K into 3, and then you come back, transition to your run, and the run again will be Port City. And then come out to the golf face. You have to come to the golf face. So go all along the seaside and then come around. Which I said, the tree cover is pretty nice. I mean, you don't expect that. I mean, it just dawned on us. It's there. It's just has gradually grown into something pretty shady. And then you...
In a good way.
In a good way. And that's a good one. And then you do 2 of that, and the finish line is at the I Love Port City sign, the promenade with the marina on the right side. That's like, give it 3 years with that marina, you can visualize what that finish line is going to look like, right? So it's a very different, and you're back against the city skyline.
Yes.
It's very different.
It is different. Plus, I also love that it kind of opens this idea of like, obviously, when you think Ironman or any race, like it's like RV culture is a thing, right? With any like 24-hour bike races and stuff, like RV culture in the West is huge. Sri Lanka is uniquely positioned also for like the whole yacht culture as well.
100%.
And I'm excited about that, really, of that development of all of these things at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think next week is the boat and yacht show happening. And from a government point, the blue strategy for Sri Lanka, the marine strategy, we've identified 28 potential marinas like Mirissa, etc. You get there. It'll just, if cycling took off in whatever in the boating culture should take off. I can visualize at least 1 out of 10 cars going on a Saturday, having a boat carrier in the back. I mean, that's a given for a country like this. I mean, you got 1,000 already paid in Maldives. some of the A-listers are there. Just need to give a reason to come here.
Exactly.
And it's just game changer.
And we're heading there. It seems like we're heading there very fast.
Absolutely. We've got the technology. We've got the boat builders. We've got the marina coming up. That's a big investment there. It's a 3-year project. It'll be up before by the third Ironman, 2028, we'll have a backdrop of a marina.
3 years of endurance pain, and then we are ready.
Get to a yacht party.
Yeah. You were known as, I could get this wrong, I think on TikTok during the economic crisis, Uncle Bicycle? Is that what it is?
That's one of my nephews called me Uncle Bicycle.
And it just
where the hell did you pick that up?
I think TikTok made you Uncle Bicycle.
Yes, I did.
Right?
I haven't gone to that page for 2 years. I have a TikTok. Thank you for remembering. Shit.
Uncle Bicycle, the one that teaches you on cycling. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe is Uncle Bicycle like an actual thing that you're going to keep going? I feel like you should.
I think I should. I mean, a lot of things are happening. So 2 sides of my life is I'm no more into my education and all the other things. I did dedicated myself. I'm now with the Ministry of Industries. I'm doing one part of that.
Yep.
So I'm not earning any money. So I got to build the sports tourism piece. That's one big part. We'll bring in the
fantastic
the events for the city, and then got to go back to the cycling events. I parked Race the Pearl. I mean, this year we postponed Race the Pearl because couldn't take all of that.
Yeah.
And then it's about just riding a bike and just for fun and inspire. I mean, more and more who get on a bike, I see they find. I mean, I found my sanity. I was a banker, looking at the world from like a corporate office. You come down to ground on a bike. It's a transformative thing. Right?
Yeah.
And
The only thing about like, I love the idea of cycling in Colombo. I mean, put the heat aside. I feel like there also needs to be like facilities within the place that you work. Like obviously, Sri Lanka, you step outside, you're already drenched in sweat sometimes because it's really warm. And so like, what are your thoughts in terms of private companies developing that infrastructure for if they want employees to actually adopt that healthy lifestyle? There also has to be some sort of like access to, showers and bathrooms so that you can like bring your clothes, change, lockers, boom, at work.
So I was very big on this about 5 years ago. I was all about cycling infrastructure. I mean, in my banking life, I fought for it at that time for the bank to open up the showers. But then when you really go to see Jason, it's a good thing to have. But if you ride with some sense of pacing yourself, I mean, you've never seen the postman sweat, right?
Yeah.
You're pretty chill.
Actually, that's a really good thought.
Yeah, there you go. So if you pace yourself right, if you know how to manage shade, if you know how to manage your color lights. I go to work, I go to the ministry in like a shirt and this on a bike. But that's 6:37. Or you can take a shirt. And so I mean, maybe if somebody really gets close to you, they might run away. But it's not that. See, when we were schooling, I don't know, some of us bussed, right? And majority coming out of the school, that's how they're. So are the teachers. That's how classrooms are. We just got so hung on AC. There is a world out there down south runs on outdoor. Everybody's got sweat on them and they're running their businesses. It's just that when your paradigm is from AC cubicle to AC cubicle and outdoor is just a weekend thing versus no AC, that's life. And if you manage yourself, it's a doable thing. I won't say the same thing about walking, but cycling, what happens if you're moving, you already have the wind on you. Sometimes if I have to catch up, I'll go a bit fast. As I get close to the destination, I'll slow down, let it settle down. And, it's so I'm not waiting for infrastructure. I'm saying everybody, if you, but then come to safety and some of the other things. I know we got a few more things to happen.
What is the biggest concern of safety for cyclists right now? Well, in the city and also cycling out. And I can tell you one, for me, it was really the buses. Whenever we cycled from Colombo to Gaul, that was the most like unpredictable thing for me.
So you're right. I mean, you can't force it on somebody. You got to realize it and come to terms with it. If you go to see, I mean, one thing I will tell you, unlike City of London or wherever, there won't be like aggressive road rage. There's no cyclist versus motorist honking, trying to kill you. Never.
Yeah.
Never. 10 years I cycle around this country maybe 8 times, right?
Yeah.
Never. But it's just that somebody can be negligent and they might not see you. So yes, your enemies are flies and buses. The flies, you can't see them. A cow you'll never hit. Buses, because the guy is at a different height and he's swirly somewhere there. You almost rarely have issue with a motorbike or a trishaw because they can hear you. But you also have to have what we call satya, mindfulness. Right? You got
awareness.
Awareness of what's happening around you. So eyes on the back, ears all over. So that's also something that helps you to it's like a meditation. It's like just cleanses you because you are fully engaged. You're part of the road.
Yeah.
So then you become comfortable, but it's not for everyone. I mean, if the first day you ride, you'll be like shitting bricks on your bike and sorry. Right?
You can swear.
So that's different. But when you get used to it, you'll find I'm actually more comfortable on the bike. If you're in the car, I can't talk to people and say, because here you can shout, wave, a lot of things, but you have to weave yourself into that structure. And a lot of people are considerate. 90% don't, they like a cyclist. No one's got a problem. Single areas bicycle padina. I mean, you get it, right? Good, so most parts of the world, they say infrastructure, all that. I mean, the motorists hate cyclists. If you see 3 of them together, they're saying, share the road, this, that, middle fingers all over. So that's not there. But said that, I think strategically, the last conversation, we brought all the stakeholders, we need shade. We need shade. I know we are fighting for bicycle paths. There are few people. You can't fight in a country we still don't have enough road for cars. You can't fight for share the road and get a lane out. You need to figure out until you get to about 5,000-6,000 per capita income, and we have enough money to start what Australia is doing, right? Breaking roads, creating paths and all that. We need to create shade. And we need to create public transport. And this current regime is doing a lot of work to get the bus system right. And if that happens, the roads get less traffic here. So if you empty, the example down south, I've been doing that forever, but I clearly see the fact that cars have moved to the highway. On a Saturday or a Sunday, it's less traffic and it gives more space. So in a context of we haven't done enough on public transport for you now, forget my car, get here, I go to Colombo. If that's there, that's what creates road infrastructure that is shareable. And then if you shade, before cycling, people start walking. So it's about mobility. What's the best way to, within our city as context, Colombo, what's the best way to actually have shade? Is it just trees? Is it it's trees. It's as simple as that, right? Because urban infrastructure needs to have a shade plan linked to it. Parts of the world, they will mandate if you put a building, where you need to have shade. So that was already there when the city was a garden city. That's Singapore is a benchmark. We are not bad, Jason. We've got a fair bit covered. It's just that it hasn't been mapped out and structured. Because we've got the pavement structure. What happened in the last couple, we got enough pavement to walk. So that's a big one. And all we need is a bit of shade. And of course, air quality, we have a bit of challenge with our emission control is a hoax. Is it ours? That's, Of course, we got a bit of India on the other side and we have an issue there. But if you ask, if the electric car trend didn't happen, if it's stuck to our older cars, have you heard any of your friends lamenting, oh, I failed my emission test? Anyone can get it. So it's unregulated. It's a bloody hoax, from my point of view. I saw this happen. So you have to have a fair bit of control by now on some of these vehicles that cannot be on the road. Because sometimes it's not fun when you have some vehicle going with just black smoke out of nowhere, and that guy's also got the same test certificate. So these are things regulation has to get into. I saw that Bajaj just got into electric tuk-tuks.
and they're sending some. I think Sri Lanka is adopting some of those tuk-tuks.
Yes, we were one of the first in the region to adopt emission testing. I mean,
Okay.
we were some of the biggest supporters of that.
Yeah.
When that happened, and it had a phase where even the buses, the government vehicles had to comply, and then there was an element that we had to do roadside checks.
Okay.
Because your test, if it's somebody is playing there, giving you a certificate on the usual model of, greasing the wheels, the checks happen to see that, right? That whole phase never happened.
Right.
So it's now like make a check, just somebody does it and nobody checks until you go back and get the same certificate.
Right.
So we can't take it lightly. I think we've solved the garbage problem. I mean, today you and I can walk in Colombo and not have to you won't be appalled, right?
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, even when Olivier was riding, I mean, this is clean. Sri Lanka loves it.
Yeah. Especially that Gangarama stretch also has just changed drastically and can keep improving, obviously.
Yeah.
But,
because they've got structure. It happens during day at 6 p.m. The cycle happens and nothing's perfect, but there's a system.
Yeah.
And so if we get the shade piece right, and then lifestyle will happen, there are enough fun things you can do. I think we've got Colombo, pretty much the Colombo Fort, Cinnamon, Slave Island, even up to Peta. That's the exciting part of Colombo, Chatham Street, York Street, all of that. I think that will be a lovely, like a green canopy area for us to really...
I like that you call this a garden city.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I never knew that. I never knew
Cinnamon Gardens was that. So if you go historically in the 1900s, when the guys were doing the city planning, there were a lot of issues, right? There was some pandemics and all that. They shifted most of the lifestyle, like the race course, they shifted from golf face to, that's why you have all the banyan trees and it was the garden city. And that's what's left still. You can walk from Gregory's and not feel the sun at all.
Yeah.
Reed Avenue, all around. Those are 100-year-old trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the vision was there. And I think we all, see, tree planting is good, but we plant the trees in the right place.
Yeah.
Because a tree on the roadside is money.
Yes.
Because see, if you walk, as a banker, money walks. Money walks means you swipe, you pay. Not only the guy you at the hotel lobby to the next destination, but you walk into the curio shop, you walk into buy your little thing on the road, and that's how the economic impact trickles down, right?
Yes.
So you got to see tree as economic impact, and of course a better community who's healthy and active. So that piece under Active Colombo, we've got all the stakeholders connected from the mayor's office to the governor's office to all the hoteliers in the route who came together last week at the municipal council to say, hey, Ironman is a catalyst, but the whole idea is it's active sport. Colombo as an active city, if we build active infrastructure, which means shade is infrastructure, we have a purpose to continue this to something that is beyond the event. So we've painted a pretty decent space now. For everyone can be part of it in some form, right? Foster a tree or do something. Or I think we've got some good space to work on now.
That's awesome. You've spoken about how important endurance, or in your particular case, cycling or physical endurance, it's so important for mental health. In Sri Lanka, obviously with their youth, like that's one of the things that I think we all need to pay attention to, because I mean, most of us can look at it and say, oh, we weren't like that. When we were younger, we got things done. We didn't take a mental health day. We didn't need to take all of that. But it is also such an important way to kind of see it from their perspective. And so what are your thoughts and just in terms of physical endurance and how you've brought that into the space and with the people that you collaborate and work with?
Okay, this is a big area for me. I know if you are define endurance, right? I mean, anybody who's been with a film projective outdoors would know what it really means to deliver something. Just like I know how to ride a bicycle for 24 hours and the ups and the downs and plans go wrong and break a collarbone, all of that, right? So first is teaches life to you.
Yeah.
Because we have been so incubated from home now to school, so much political correctness, so much of all over at the moment, right? The truth is so buttered up. I'm not saying to harden yourself for no logic, but world reality of, I mean, you school, we played cricket, right? And we all know what it means to lose the toss, which means you have to freaking be on that ground and watch. Bad idea. But you can't alter, control, delete that. You got to go through that shit until you finally get a chance to bat. Right? You can't chicken off, you'll be hammered next day, right? So these brutal realities are not in your system. You might be able to see through level 2 projects, but when you're pushed to a final run on Ironman, so if you look at our interns at Ironman, like you guys, they are learning stuff. I mean, they are grown like crazy because they know what it takes, the negotiation, being stuck with a sponsor and a deliverable, all of that. You make 2, you break 3, so come back. It's like building sandcastles, right? Yeah. So that exposure is what's lacking. Then also what's lacking is true competence. At the absence of true competence, we hide behind work-life type of mental health issues. The truth is you suck at Excel. All right? Learn that shit. Don't come to a project that of Excel and then tell you can't take the heat because you don't know that. But in 2026, if you sat in a data analytics, some setup, you better know that shit. If you don't know this damn mic works, mother, don't sit. You can do a off-the-cuff TikTok video, but don't sit with Jason because at some point, it's going to hit the ceiling. So a lot of people take that as, and then go and hide behind some, I mean, I'm saying general human mental health, emotion, respect, care, how you treat people, period. As a society, we got to figure that out, right? How humanly you need to interact.
Absolutely.
But the lack of competence because of these easy tools makes you play, but the heat comes in and it ramps up, people crack, and then they go to the safe place of unfairness, this, that, bloody thing. The truth is, you just didn't know how to run a project plan. Okay? So my simple question on my project plan recruitment is how to make a cup of tea.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So how do you make a cup of tea?
Boil water. Pour it into tea leaves, and then ask you, would you like some milk with your tea? No, that's not very Sri Lankan of me to ask milk tea. Okay, fine, I can give you plain tea. How much of sugar? And then I'll deliver it to you, place it on your table.
So you're like 6 out of 10 at least, right? Because you at least understood customer. So average guy would say tea, sugar, make tea. I mean, just a fun one, right? But the truth is, a proper project manager will first see, is there a power cut and a water cut?
Interesting. To that level.
That's the level. At that level. Your mom asked to make a cup of tea, no problem. You can come back and but in this level of game, you got to ask, okay, tea, what type of tea? How many people? Any special requirement? You haven't even spelled tea, but you are doing customer. You haven't learned that either some bloody Interac or road track and then came to the big league. With a freaking MBA title, be prepared. You will need mental health treatment. Because you should have got that treatment long ago. You just was playing pussyfooting. So all the way to find out how much quantity, this, that, because you do all this slaying and then today, electricity cut off. SMS came yesterday. Who checked? I didn't check. Screw that. Now, shoot is over, pack up and go. So somewhere they haven't learned fundamentals of project.
Absolutely.
Now, and that guy sits with a press conference or some damn thing, rocks up there thinking it's Alice in Wonderland. He will or she will. So absence of work ethic, professionalism, not being demanded. As a result, we are creating a lot of stress for no reason. and nobody's helped them at an early stage to go through what they're going through. Check, sound check, mic check, this, that. What if power goes today? Check, man. Check and check. Every one thing has 3 things. Third thing has 10 things. Row 2, row 3, row 4. Point 1 point. There's no call. 1 point. There's all points 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So in that context, learning to do a bike ride helps you to figure out air, brake, cranks, water, because you can't come home. You're 100 kilometers away.
You have no choice.
You get it, right? You've got to have some cash. So all that prep, what a mother goes through to put a kid to school in the morning, right? Absolutely. You don't just wake up and do it. Checklist. So, absolutely. So that piece is lacking. On the other hand, humanly, we've also not figured out to care for people, listen, we are rushing. So I get that part. So no easy answer, but as coaches, as leaders, we have a role to play. One is to amp up and ensure people are competent, plus also slow down and listen, respect, care, because no one's done that.
Well, it's the little things, right? Like people come into our studio, and I think interns come into our studio, and it's like they come with this romanticized idea of, in my case, the film industry. And the film industry is one of the most stressful places that you could be, but you have to learn to enjoy the stress. And so even like, for example, simple things like you greet a guest that comes into the office, like, hi, welcome to the show. Like it's communication. It's like, hi, can I offer you a cup of water? Can I offer you a cup of tea? And then also etiquette of like walking somebody, like if they came into your house, you would walk them out to see them out and you would wave goodbye. But that also lacks, right? That idea of like, how do I take care of somebody else that has entered into the space that I operate in? And how do I send them off and send them off with good energy at the same time? So little things like that, those personal skills, shaking hands, looking people in the eyes. I personally think those are such important skills. I agree. Whereas like you said, like success also does come very fast in today's infrastructure for youth. So then they could ignore that part. And then later on in life, is what I see is that something will not work out. And then they have to start from, ground zero or the bottom, as they would say. And then you have to figure out all these things later as opposed to learning them now.
Absolutely. And if you haven't been mentored, like what you said, I mean, if I work with you, I'll learn that from you. I would not know where it went wrong. So I go like people, when they have a business problem, they go to see a horoscope.
What?
Horoscope will tell you. But you should have done like a audit of your processes. And that's why the flood came. And the flood came into your house because your audit didn't tell you to build a wall or do that. It's not the horoscope, but it's called risk management. But if he hasn't seen it, mentored, now we are doing funding for people who got flooded. They are building the same thing that they used to be. Next flood comes. Floods have been coming to Calgary Riverside forever. So it's not going to change, right? Unless you take that money, do something different, either shift your location or lift something up or keep a backup of something. So we have a gap like that, which needs us to go and look at the hard side and the soft side. But big gap. I mean, I see senior people who come and just haven't got that grinding at the right time on fundamentals of checking, double checking. These are not like rocket science skills, because today a lot of people get away with a bit of AI agent and they can do few things fast. But that little extra thing that requires you to do, that really gives you that edge. So this message has to be a good book to read is Radical Candor. So,
is that a Sri Lankan book or?
No, it's a book. This lady, I think she was it Facebook? She wrote a great book. It's about you care deeply, but you're brutally honest to help people learn these fundamentals. And parents are failing because they also can't now take the teenagers because they're not competent to parent a teenager. They are going by their parents' playbook. And that part of where some of this gets normed. So schools failing that conversation, homes failing that conversation, then work obviously Your internship versus one of the top corporate interns, what do? They just sit there filling forms, 1 year intern. It's one of the most horrible things that happen to young people. It's just hanging around doing bosses' third-tier stuff. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Very few places have youth programs that teach them life skills.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The value, right?
Yeah.
I think I'd like to think that most of the folks that were in here saw the value in it and actually can see how that applies to how they reframed how they see the world today. Because once you go through that mentorship, like I've been blessed to have fantastic mentors in my life that have, whether it's film, whether it's general life, and operating in life itself, they shape the way I saw a problem and actually gets me excited for a problem. I'm like, okay, so that's there. What do we do? And so then you go, you're ready to like apply what you've learned in the last few things that you've gone against. And you're ready to like take on an issue as opposed to freezing or thinking that I need some time off. And I agree with you. I think also in general, as it's in us to be quick to move forward at the same time, but if not used correctly, I'm saying in the context of Sri Lankans itself, because we have, from a government perspective or from like the economic crisis to whatever it is that we've gone through, we are quick to move forward, but moving forward in the right way is the question, right?
Yeah.
Would you ever open the world up, since you are in government now, or partly in government? Would you ever open up that world to the public to show us how these things actually work? Because I love what people like AOC and stuff in American politics have opened up that world through Instagram and TikTok for us to at least understand how it works, whether you agree with policies that they are doing or not. Would you ever be interested in shaping that? Because the well-informed citizen is somebody that actually can make a change. Right?
I think it'll happen. If you look at the political change that's happened, the traditional politicians gradually out of the system, right? You got a new group who are not the same. I'm not sure whether that's the ideal at the moment, but it's in transition. As a result, for you to even interpret what's happening inside, you should have perspective. If you just put a set of guys on there who just came out of nowhere because somebody funded a campaign in the village, that's the 225 we had. I mean, you can count the number in the last 15, 20 years who had perspective to even diagnose the problem. So if you look at the last 1 year of my work in the Ministry of Industries, I was very observant to figure things out. So I also work for a professional who is a deputy minister who came from a MAS apparel background. So the eyes of which we are looking at the internal structure, systems, shared values, that's the root cause of what's happening and not. We have a view. At what point will that come out as a discussion is another subject. But it shows us also things that we didn't know existed that were very positive. Because that public sector outlook, when you look from inside, why are they like that? Why do they take those decisions? Why are they second guessing? Why do they take longer to make those decisions? So it's also evolved. I mean, being a senior public servant is not an easy task. And every 2 year, a crazy guy comes on as a minister with his private staff and does all that harangue. Surviving that, it's another skill set. And for them to start aligning to a new group of people, some do, some don't, because it's built into a dysfunctional model. And so we got to fix that in and out. But it's not all about my perspective earlier. Our public sector is inefficient. I've met people who are 10x capable, intellectual than private sector CEOs. Can't even stand a conversation with them. So we found few of them who are connecting the dots for us. They're not in many. Because the system also dummifies you, right? Because if somebody on top says, we are building this, and that's a political agenda, and the public servant just follows through. Either try not to fall in trouble because you'll be called into some investigation 3 years down the line. So you might as well do the bare minimum. So there's an interesting piece, but is a lot of work than people see from outside.
Absolutely.
Because its structure systems, some places don't exist. I mean, education, health, you need structure and systems. I mean, we still schools open, curriculums go, exams are done, right or wrong, that's system. But then you have places where it just happens, right?
Yeah.
You have no logic to how they operate. It's a prehistoric way. So I wish more had the opportunity to go inside, not just be armchair generals.
Yeah.
But at a point in life, I can encourage even my generation, some of them have made enough money, some of them don't need the money. If they truly care, they have to find time, and you have to find a window that you can get into the system.
Right.
You can come as a government serve employee because that's the whole SLA structure and come through university. But either you have to come through parliament and come through the national list, then you are in the system. Or you have to use the avenue I used, which is a private staff of a private secretary. But I'm in and doing a role which I think and we think is relevant. So, and you have to think of a way to inject more people into the system who are change managers, who has the perspective to see through it. Because just because you had some, this is the way you run the country, very easy to say. You come and see how system structure, you just hit one move, it has to go to the Pradeshia Lekam, they'll go to district secretariat, then there's Gram Sevaka. If a rupee has to go down to a house that has got flooded, it's not simple as approval, it flows down. So that's what is changing.
Okay.
So digitization, all that now, you can now pay your fine on the road.
Yes.
So these are, looks easy. In this office, you can put a system tomorrow and change one. But to unlearn, unwind and put something and see it works in a non-rewarding environment. I mean, there's no performance base, there's none, right? So this is like a ice block. It's just that there are some great people who are true public servants who will work Saturday, Sunday, personal phone. I mean, look at the way they handle the floods, right? These are public servants who work like crazy. There is no award ceremony for them. There is no gala party to recognize them. Or nothing in the private sector. Now people have forgotten. So it's, when you're in there, you see a very different perspective. Not an excuse, but
it's an important perspective to have.
It's but a lot of respect for some work that happens, Jason. It's phenomenal. I mean, you basically are on a bike hub has not been greased. You're grinding it, and if you just take an eye off, it has stopped. So so being a secretary to a ministry or an additional secretary, you have to give them, and then imagine if a political team comes who are another set of Yako buggers on that side, surviving those guys, with every day they are sending a letter to transfer that guy, a friend's proposal to go. At least in our case, not a single hamper. So we've changed the game. You have a like me going the bicycle to the ministry. So they are thinking, what the hell happened? So that took time. But if not, the whole idea is to stay careful. It's oil and water trying to play. So that change, 10 years of a good change, hopefully you can inject a few good people into the political system and find a way you can volunteer into the government sector. If you can have a Jason playing 6 months full-time, not part-time, because you want to give. But we got to bring you in and plug you in inside, not outside. So why digitization is happening? Because Dr. Hans is full-time. He's left out a dialogue, come there. He's the chairman of ICTA, plus he's the advisor of the president. You can't do that from chambers and sitting and drinking tea. Nothing works. So structurally, you have to inject the right people, and they got to also be able to be change managers. Your domain expertise is only 20%. How do you build trust? How do you work with people? How do you work in the system? And because you can't, the old outlook of this political thuggery, going and shouting, I want this, that's gone. No way, man. Everybody is treated with respect. People can come back and tell, we don't agree. And zero official bribery unless somebody tries on their own. No one's, I mean, that's not no more norm in the political system. Now trying to drive absence of corruption and absence of autocratic approach means you have to be genuinely capable of driving change.
Yeah.
Getting buy-in of people. So, and you see on a WhatsApp group on a Sunday, people are doing things in the government and following up on things. It's gradually changing. You can't see that on social media. I think 5-10 years of this will hopefully get us to.
I love that. That's such a, you're kind of pulling back the curtain a little bit for us to kind of understand, because I think as youth, people that are partakers in this system, it's so important to understand that. And I think if there's a system or a way to make it transparent, like you are doing right now, you're kind of pulling this curtain back, and I'm like, whoa, there's so many layers to this thing. And that way also, number one, we're not quick to judge on how things are moving, but we're also kind of figuring out like, hey, maybe, you know what, maybe I can contribute this time, this slot of time to move something forward if I see a problem in our industry. That's interesting.
Yeah, how I got to this is, we saw after the political debacle, we all said 225 go home. Remember? It was like, we don't need them. That was the Aragale, right? But then in the 225, there's a element called the 29, the national list. It was created to inject intellectuals, professionals into the system. And that was obviously misused. But there were a couple of examples who had good people coming in.
Yeah.
So where do you bring expertise? Where do you bring people who are capable? Was that? We never thought the political system could do, because you got to have the money to run a campaign.
Right.
Otherwise, you are not going to get your ticket.
Yeah.
So you are bound to get somebody who has a ecosystem, who's running this as a business. Get my guy in, we get the return. That is killed now, because the current party doesn't have such a system. You don't have to spend for a campaign because the parent brand does it. So that killed that whole roadside guy who funds you, the wine store funds you, and then expect something in return. Is not there, at least to some extent. So the models change, but if you so how do you inject the right people? Right? So example, the Prime Minister came from the national list.
Right.
So education, somebody understands it. No one's perfect. She was in charge of education right now on the reform. Who else could be, if you take the 225, to do such a delicate reform and to give it a face, at least? Who could do that, right? 40 years behind on education reform. So there is a window there. The other window, what I figured out is because my friend Chaturanga, who took over this role, called me. I was in Halifax riding a bicycle with my families there. I said, Madam, I think now I got this ministry. I don't think I can handle it alone. I need a baga who can understand enterprise, SME. I thought you are the only guy. I haven't gone and campaigned for him on the road. I knew him. I supported him. But so that's how, because he understood if he didn't build that capacity, there's no chance in, a dog's chance of figuring and doing meaningful work. So every deputy minister and minister has a private staff.
Right.
Of course, you need political capable people also. But if that couple of them can be professionals, it's another small window to inject to the system.
Right.
But of course, you need to be able to go there and then be able to get into the system. Otherwise, there will be a divide between the political team and the public servants. Right? So it's an interesting case study. Till a year, so I'm not saying it's all done.
Yeah, I would love to know what your thoughts are in a year's time.
So let's see how this goes. It's interesting.
I honestly think Uncle Bicycle can really help us understand it a little bit more if he shows up on socials a little bit.
Yeah, Uncle Bicycle means you are close to ground and you are slow, and that pace you see things a little. It helps you to slow down and reflect, but you can be fast in your mind. Yeah, but you got to take that step back and
evaluate.
So like Uncle Bicycle should come back. Thank you.
Yes, this has been awesome. This has been such a cool podcast, and we're really excited for everything that you're doing right now, and also very excited that Colombo is heading in the right direction. Excited that we're repositioning and actually controlling our narrative, because if we don't control our narrative, someone always will.
Absolutely.
Yasas, thank you so much for being here on the podcast. I appreciate your time.
Lovely. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, everybody.